Detective Daisy and Dylan crack the code by plural rules.
Welcome back to the adventures of Detective Daisy and Dylan. The two young detectives are busy at their headquarters, touching up on their knowledge of the police handbook. There have been rumours spreading around town that the police have a serious investigation going on. Daisy and Dylan want to be ready in case they'll be needed to help out. The rule that they're looking at today is another plural noun rule. Today's focus is knowing whether a plural noun ends with ys or ies. This is Daisy's weak point, so Dylan is talking her through it. This specific plural rule is only relevant to nouns that end in a y, Dylan is explaining. And the way we decide if the plural ends in a ys or an ies is we see if there is a vowel or a consonant before the final y. So remember, our vowels are a, e, I, o, and u. And if there is a vowel before the final y, then the plural ends in ys. So, for example, how would we spell the plural of cowboy? He asks. Cowboys? Daisy guesses. Correct, because there is an O before the Y. What about the plural of monkey? Dylan asks. Monkeys? Replies Daisy. Yes, perfect. And finally, what about the plural of highway? Highways? Yes, you've got it, Daisy. Just then, the phone rings. They rush over to answer, and on the other end of the line is the police chief. The police force has found a secret base for a group of notorious thieves, and they need detectives Daisy and Dylan to help them to decipher the codes that have been left behind. The two grab their coats and head over right away. In the warehouse, the police have gathered bits of paper. They think the writing on the papers will lead them to the target of an upcoming robbery. Daisy and Dylan are ready to use their secret powers to help out. Together, they gather some papers and look through them. As they read, Dylan thinks he has found a pattern. He asks Daisy to come over and they look through the pages. I can't see the code that you've found, Daisy sighs. Oh, that's not your fault. We didn't finish the lesson earlier. Let me explain. So, earlier we learned that if there is a vowel before the Y, we just add an S onto the end. But what happens when there's a consonant before the Y? So remember, if our vowels are A, E, I, O, and U, consonants are the other letters of the alphabet. When we have a consonant before the Y, we remove the Y altogether and replace it with IES. Oh, okay. Daisy is trying to keep up. So, for example, what would the plural of family be? Dylan asks. Families, asks Daisy. Yes, exactly. So you take off the Y and add IES. Just like that. What about the plural of canary then? Canaries? Yes, nice one. Okay, and finally, what about the plural of opportunity? Opportunities. Yes, you've got the hang of it. Very good job. Dylan turns back to the papers he is holding. I have noticed that some of these papers have the wrong plural noun form. I think maybe the wrong spellings have been used as a clue to try and hide what they are really saying. Oh really? Then let's have a look at them together, says Daisy. The first note says, I am found in a place with many teddies and puppies. Have a look at the plural nouns. Have they been spelled correctly? No, they have not. They should have been teddies and puppies. So this is a real clue. The second note says, beneath the gleaming skies and the sun's warm glare. Is the plural noun spelled correctly in this note? Yes, it is. So this clue is a distraction. The next note says, the trolleys in the supermarket had a race. Are the plural nouns spelled correctly in this note? No, they are not. It should be spelled trolleys. Very good job. We'll keep this one. Here is another note. It says, where pennies and batteries jingle and jangle. Look at the plural nouns. Are they spelled correctly here? Yes, they are. We can get rid of this one. The following note says, and currencies from around the world they wrangle. Is the plural noun spelled correctly here? Yes, it is. This one was a distraction. Good work! Okay, here is another note. In this colourful place with miniature lorries and bunnies galore, someone sneaky is planning to even the score. Are the plural nouns spelled correctly here? No, they are not. They should be lorries and bunnies. Good spot. Here is the final note. What wondrous place on earth can you find both gummies and fairies to purchase? Are these plural nouns spelled correctly? No, they are not. They should be gummies and fairies. Good work. Okay, here are all the correct clues laid out together. Have a look at the correct clues and see if you can figure out where the thieves are going to strike. We have teddies, puppies, trolleys, lorries, bunnies, gummies, and fairies. What can you think of? You're right. I think it sounds like they're heading to the toy shop. Daisy and Dylan tell the chief, and the police officers rush to their cars and zoom through the streets, hoping they make it in time to stop the thieves. Luckily, they do. The police officers arrive outside the toy shop just as the thieves were loading up their cars for a getaway. The police arrest the criminals and return the toys back to the shop. They thank Daisy and Dylan for their help before sending them home to get some much-needed rest after a hard day's work.
Why do you have a bicycle to ride on, and I have to walk?
Who knows? Ask Popup tutor.